Alright guys, so that's it. This is a wrap up of the actual build. So right now I've got this old box, which is just a normal sealed, and then obviously at the bottom is the new box now, ported, okay, tuned to 38 hertz. But it still plays low enough. It can dig into those upper 20s and lower 30s, so it still plays low. Now I'm just putting this in an example. Think about it right now. The box on top, they sold the guy this box, obviously prefab, sealed. It's not even ported or anything, it's a sealed box, for roughly a price that I would charge if I had to maybe build a 4th order, 6th order for a 8-inch or a 10-inch for that matter. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, for a prefab, and they charge so much. So why people, guys, why wouldn't you want to opt for option B, which is the bottom one? Yes, it might be pricey depending on on who's building it and whatever, but the benefits, it really outweighs all this unnecessary buying of these prefabs. Prefabs are for those, okay, look, if you, let's say, very tight budget and you just want a bang, but you're not really interested in the quality and whatever, you can just put it in. But now you like music, you love music, you got the love and passion for it, and then you go and buy something like this, really. And I know the salespeople are quite pushy in it when it comes to things like this. So rather go for option B, guys. Now when it comes to both customers and installers, this is how I would put it. Okay, you get where the customer will try and basically exploit the installer or the builder's capabilities. So basically paying too cheap for something that's really very good. Okay, then there is obviously it's a reasonable price. Okay, the work is decent, reasonable. Then there's, okay, it's a bit pricey, but you know, you're getting what you're putting your money in. It's worth it. And then you get on the other spectrum of basic exploiting, is installers exploiting clients, whereas they charge for option B, they charge 5 times that price or 6 times that price. You know, it's almost like they want to become millionaires with 10 boxes or something like that. It's really ridiculous. So guys, just like, you know, just know your options. Know your options. I mean, prefabs is not how can I say, how can I put it, as a certain word I want to put it, it's not something that you can actually rave about and say, no, look, you know, you got the best box, or it's something sent from base heaven for us guys that actually love bass and all that. It's like, whoa, if it wasn't for prefabs, I don't know what I would do. Nah, none of that rubbish and junk, man. There's always options. There's always options. Just know that. And closing off, what I'll show you is, I'll show you what I use to do option B if you want to do it yourself, DIY, which is it's a lot of work. It's not that easy, but it's doable. Or if you're not willing to basically do it yourself, you know, it's too much of an effort, then pay a person. But don't be the guy of exploiting an installer or a builder, basically to gain from his knowledge and from his time and from his screws, his drill, his electricity, all that stuff, the wood going up, traveling up, all that stuff, and then you want to pay basically 50% of what before he even builds, you want to pay 50% of that as basically the whole build. So don't be that guy, guys. Come on. And also installers, don't be this type of installers. You know, you're giving a bad name for industry and for guys in the industry as well. Just be reasonable, you know. So yeah, that's all. Okay, here's the rundown of the equipment that I used for that box build I did now. The box is now gone, so it's already fitted in the car. I couldn't actually do a video on the actual fitting of that because I thought he was gonna do a pickup and actually just leave, but quickly fitted it, and oh man, I had to fix other installers problems and all that. And because he was using CCA on the power cable, it was basically melted to crisp, like this at ash. So I had to make a plan there with a copper wire and then a mini A&L fuse as well. So got rid of that rubbish other fuse that they always sell, you know. Sometimes, you know, it just makes you angry when to see what people are selling, you know. And then I mean, that's a risk, that's a fire hazard sometimes, because obviously those kind of fuses, sometimes when they melt, they actually melt together, they're soldered together. So but anyway, I had to fix that, and oh man, it was just a mission, but I finally got it to play in it. And look, he's a happy chappy right now as we speak. So needless to say, I don't think he'll be going to installers quite soon, you know. I mean, he saw it, you know, as I'm doing, I'm kind of showing and teaching as much as I can. Of course, I don't think he'll do everything himself, you know, because it is a bit more complicated, but at least that general knowledge of how things work and fit. Look what they did there. The speakers there, the 4 speakers, I set it at 33 watts on the amplifier, and I set the subwoofer at 160 watts, and that thing sounds amazing at 33 watts. It's okay, it's not the best of amps, but you know, it just sounds nice. It sounds crisp and clear compared to what he had before, because it was hard clipping and all that stuff that was happening there. So I fixed that, and I also checked the polarity while the speakers were on. So there's a little device I ordered that gives beeps, and then that thing gives a green light and a red light, so you can check your polarity while it's on the car. But besides that, this is actually if you want to now do a DIY. Okay, if you think you can actually do it, here's what you need. Okay, here is a box of screws. I've got a lot of these. This is drywall screws. You can obviously choose fine, coarse, thread, whichever one, or you can go, which is going to be more expensive. These are basically cut screws, which actually it actually like drills a little hole while it threads in. And obviously, you know, the hole is more or less the size of the actual the shaft of the nail, and then obviously the thread just goes around it and then it fastens. But I'd rather still pre-drill. It's just much safer, you can say it that way. Okay, I've got 2 drills here. Okay, this is my impact drill, and this is just a normal drill. Okay, so this one I use mainly to basically drill with this drill bit here. I just drill the hole, and where is okay, and then this is your I can't remember what they call this again. They call it what they call this thing. Oh, can't believe that name escaped me now. Counters, yeah, the countersink tool, the bit. So I drill with this, and I countersink with this with 1 drill, and then obviously I use the impact drill to basically drive the nail in. Okay, obviously your little measuring tape. I've got 3 of these clamps, no, actually more, sorry. I've got a total of 5. 2 of these, 2 of the others a little bit longer, and I've got basically a meter long clamp for those very long bolts that I want to clamp. I've got this clamp as well here. Okay, the L clamp. Safety first always. I've got these goggles or spectacles or whatever. I've got the mask, the dust mask, and I've got this ruler here. I've got two of these, and I've got the third one, which is basically one that, let me just fetch it quickly, one that I can just slide it and then I measure according to that, mark it, slide across, mark it, slide across, mark it. Okay, then obviously terminals for the subwoofer, or you can solder it, it's up to you, but obviously for the convenience of the client I opted for the terminals. Okay, just in case in future you want to take out the sub or whatever, you know, anything is soldered on, it's going to be a bit of a problem. Glue, wood glue, I've got another big one there waiting for me as well. I think that's about it, guys. Yeah, so if you think you can actually build it yourself, here's what you're gonna need just to do that build that I did there. And last but not least, you need the brains. You definitely need the brains. And from what I see these days in the car audio world and the audio world in general, oh boy, the brains is very lacking. It's all about this brand and that amount of power, and I want to go, yeah, with this 215s in a very small. So you can't even. I don't know. It's hard to explain, you know. I don't know if it's difficult for them to keep up with guys like me, or is it me or guys like me difficult to keep up with guys like them, because they always want to move forward with time, move forward. But electricity is electricity, it never changes. Power is power, it never really changes. The only thing that will change now is if you add unwanted frequencies into that power. That's what will change. Okay. Yeah, so brains, you know, if you can design it yourself, great stuff. It actually eliminates a lot of stuff. But if you can get a design and you got the tools, you can do it yourself. Or you can stop whining about pricings and guys, it's too expensive. There are guys that are outrageous, like I stated before. You know, there is reasonable and there is expensive, but you know what? You're getting what your money's worth. Stop whining and just let somebody else do it. You're not willing to build it yourself because of the equipment, because you're getting this, you might build one box and that's it, and you got all this equipment for what, you know. So if you're not gonna be brave enough to build it yourself, pay somebody to do it, but you know, obviously within reason. But the whole whining, and then you wanna really rob the installer and what, guys, come on. Come on, it's a lot of work. This is not that easy, you know. If you got the equipment already, it makes it easy, but still, it's not that easy. And what's gonna come in this coming week with all of this that I'm adding towards the collection, I've got oh, I forgot, I'm supposed to put the jigsaw. Okay, let me just see. Aha, the jigsaw. That's the other part I forgot. Okay. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the build, and I will see you for something else on another time. Peace. Noob Master out.